welcome to JT's Thought Bubble for another week. JT, the star of the show. Good to see you.
D-Mace, you too.
All right, let's get stuck into it. Lots of talk this week about contracts, players getting shopped around as well. We've seen plenty of fallout at the Roosters with Brandon Smith and Dom Young. What have you made of all this situation?
Yeah, you don't normally see that with this organisation, the Roosters, so it's very surprising to see how they've gone about their business. Everything seems to be always in-house with the Roosters, but obviously with these two, Dom Young and the Cheese, it's getting played out in the media, which we're not used to seeing. So very surprising. We haven't seen the best of them at the Roosters, and when I suppose Robbo or Uncle Nick needs to pull the trigger, they always do it.
Why do you think it is that we haven't seen the best of these two players at the Roosters?
I think from the Cheese's point of view, I think he's really effort-based on everything that he does, and from hearing it, I've had Craig Bellamy in the All-Stars game. Everything's about effort with those boys, and I think at the Roosters it's all technical, like from what I've heard from other players. So I think that's probably why. And Dom Young playing on the wing at their he scored a lot of tries, but I think he could have probably scored a lot more out there as well. But defensively, he's been found out a few times, and that's what's cost the Roosters 2 points every now and then. So that's probably why.
It's really interesting, the situation when players are getting shopped around to rival clubs, and the response, I guess, from the public and the media as well. But then when you see a player like we saw in the Lachlan Galvin situation at the Tigers, who he then told the club that he, wanted to leave at the end of his contract, and that was just an absolute storm.
I know, it was totally different responses. The clubs, when they want to pull the trigger and get rid of someone, they do it pretty much to no response or no uproar from fans and things like that. But when a player does it, like we've experienced just recently with Lachlan Galvin, he was torn to shreds for it. So it's very unfortunate, but that's just the world that we live in. So I'm not exactly sure how you change that.
Do you reckon you can change it?
No, like from reading with Lockie Galvin, he's given the club enough time to, get all their ducks in a row and move on from him, and he got hammered for it with the Roosters. Not too much has been said about the two players, and I don't think they've got the best out of those two players as well at the Roosters. So that's probably why there's not much fanfare. Where Lachlan Galvin, you could see him being a team built around him at the Tigers, and given where they're going as well, I think that's probably why.
So it's probably more out of a disappointment as well from the fans, who obviously want, the best players in their team. All right, let's move on. Footy trips. We obviously got back from Magic Round, a great weekend in Magic Round. What about footy trips in your day? Do you have a top three?
A top three? I remember going on, actually Newcastle was always a good place to go to. We didn't do footy trips there, but we'd always win there a lot after Joey left. So your jeans were always the first thing that you packed going to Newcastle, because, the 2 points was pretty much on offer. What else? I've done Vegas a couple of times as well, footy trips. So.
Vegas as a commentator or Vegas as a player?
I've done them both, and the one as a player is definitely in the top three. Actually, that's probably number one.
Number one. Was this when you won the comp?
This is when we won the comp in 2015. So that was a lot of fun. And another one, I'm not exactly sure. Actually, Early Beach was always good fun.
Well, because I also feel for a lot of teams that would travel to Townsville, they would see that as an away trip, and they'd obviously pack the going out shoes and the jeans to go to the Mad Cow. But that was right on your doorstep, so that was just a Monday night.
I know. Well, Joey tells a great story when Jacob Lillyman was his debut, and they were getting beaten by like 50, and Joe was just going, moo, talking about the Mad Cow. No soft tissue injuries, boys. All right, we've got the Mad Cow tonight. Moo. At the scrums and things like that. So that's one of Jacob Lillyman's highlights.
Were there any footy trips that you would have loved to have gone on that you didn't get to go on? Or were you pretty much you got them all?
Got to experience quite a few. Melbourne was always good as well. And obviously for the Kangaroos getting over in England, A couple of trips to Barcelona was a lot of fun.
All right, let's talk Sunday footy. Good one coming up on 9's Water Sports this Sunday. The Seagulls up against the Cronulla Sharks.
Yeah, it's hard to get a read on both of these teams. When they're good, they beat anyone in the competition, but when they're not going so well, they struggle. So, yeah, it's a cracking matchup. Obviously, the halves it'll be big for both teams. Obviously, DCE's in a bit of a, I wouldn't say rut, but they haven't been playing well, the Manly Seagulls. So Braden Trindle and Nico Hines, when they're combining with Will Kennedy, they seem to play extremely well. So they haven't been doing that of late. So, yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for the Sharks to stamp their authority on the competition by going to 4 Pines Park and getting the 2 points there. But Turbo's back as well for the Manly Seagulls, and he just makes everyone around him better. And when he's playing, they normally get the 2 points, so it'll be a tight one.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. All right, that's all we have time for. JT's Thought Bubble, plenty happening in that head.